flat out. The one thing that, even some of the people who listen to our show say, you guys agree on a lot of things. Yeah, we do. But here's one of the things we disagree on. Matt and I think Tua is an incredible talent who's been miscoached, misused. Fonzie is kind of just sitting there like he just isn't what we thought him to be as a top pick in the draft. I am looking at it at this, and it's very simple. Justin Fields, Tua Tagovailoa, Trey Lance, Matt Leinart. Okay? These are talents that the league has taken and wiped their butts with. They have all been multi-coordinated, multi-coached, multi-receivered, multi-line, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, you do not go from running an NFL system in college to a total bust in the NFL. And I think I love Tua as a person. I disagree with you. I think because of his contract, he doesn't go anywhere. I think the Dolphins are stuck with Tua for at least one more coordinator, one more head coach, and possibly a GM who says, okay, this is my talent. I have him for $260 million.
$52 million average year.
He's mine. I'm stuck with him. He's stuck with me. Tua, you and I are going to make this work.
Yeah. Listen, and you have to do that. I agree with that. Listen, there have been quarterbacks come in, to a new place. But if you build around them right, they do well. Look at Matt Stafford. First year, he's traded away from the Lions, where he's pissing away on an organization that was in yet rebuild outside the quarterback position. He goes to the Rams. They build him on online. They have the defense. They have Aaron Donald. They say, let's go get prime OBJ when he could still catch a ball, when he still had hot feet. Cooper Kupp before all the injuries, and they won a Super Bowl. It is amazing and astounding what happens when you build around your team and you build around your quarterback strength. Look at what the Eagles have done for Jalen Hurts. They have built him a proverbial wall and given him all the talent in the world around him for him to succeed.
That's also a fan base that doesn't accept what we accept.
Philadelphia,
we in this fan base, guys, and we've spoken about it. We have options.
there, of course we do.
Dolphins start the season 0-3.
Oh,
I'm taking my $500 on the Sunday. They've been doing someplace else.
I'm not gonna go watch the Panther.
Yeah, I'll go watch the Panthers. I'll go watch the Marlins and their abysmal season. Okay, I will watch.
Because that's my bus.
Right, but at the end of the day, why am I going to pay NFL prices for college level play? And that was my big takeaway.
No, well, that's a problem that I do see the Dolphins having, and we're sticking with the Dolphins, unfortunately, for a little longer than Caps. But the only trade chip that I think you guys have to actually get some decent draft pick, I think he's right now untouchable, which is Hill. Tyreek Hill is
He's a cancer. Nobody wants.
nobody wants.
He's T.O.
He performs on the field like an amazing player, but his off the field antics and the stuff that's behind him right now, nobody wants to touch that.
Okay, controversy. Tyreek Hill,
Yeah,
less of a talent,
you think?
career-wise, overall, in the end. Ocho Cinco is infinitely better. I would have taken him any day of the week. Because you know what the difference between Chad Johnson was? When he was screaming, give me the ball, he was open.
Yeah.
When he was screaming, I'm open, give it to me,
No.
and they did, they started winning. And when you're the cancer in the locker room, like Tyreek Hill and Terrell Owens, you go one category. If you're trying to win and it's all you want to do, and you want to stay in a place that most people want to leave, shame on the NFL for not building around this young. Here, that's a whole nother show. But I got to tell you, we are seeing something in Miami that we've seen in Miami before. And this is the Marlinization of the Dolphins. This is now an organization that says how much money do we make and how do we stay on that line.
You see the events that go on in Hard Rock Stadium, it's like the Dolphins are second fiddle right now.
World Cup, F1, you name it, there's a bigger draw. Panthers are a bigger draw. Even the Miami Heat will be a bigger draw, because especially with the LeBron tour this year.
And you know what? It's wild, because we could sit here, literally, we could have show upon show upon show just talking about the shortcomings of the Dolphins. I'm gonna end my take on this one just this way. Whether you trade for Tyreek Hill or not, if you didn't trade for Tyreek Hill and you built around the Waddle, the Penguin himself, and you just got a couple of better wide receiver 2 and 3s. Hey, arguably, maybe we're not in this issue.
No, we're in this issue. The problem is what you and I have been talking about, and we're going to cut out with this. It really is top to bottom a disaster of an organization.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who you plug in place. It's like playing chess and giving a bad chess player extra pieces against a champion. Champion's still going to win.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that the AFC East was 4 minutes and maybe 40 seconds away from being the complete on the loser side starting, warning?
That is the takeaway on week 1. I think
That would have been insane. We would have had all 4 teams tie for first place because no one would have had a win.
but at the same time, it's really sad. A once very uber competitive division is now like everything runs through Buffalo.
It's insane how they won that game.
It is.
Let's talk about the other team in the AFC.
Did they win or did the Ravens lose?
I think the Ravens lost.
I think the Ravens lost because you talk about unforced errors. You gave them the ball back. You go 3 and out twice. One of them is Derrick Henry fumbled. Why? This is a hot take. I don't care who agrees with me or disagrees with me. Hot take here. You have Derrick Henry who ran for 100+ yards, had a couple tuds and everything. He's tired. Why are you giving him back the ball? Why don't you give it to your second string who's a little fresher?
You brought up a keen point, and I like data. Rushing yards for the Ravens was insane. Lamar Jackson had 70 yards. Okay?
Derrick Henry had 180
Or something more or something like that. You have a situation they couldn't throw the ball. Right? So if you can't throw the ball, you can't win a game. And if you can't win a game, forget the fact that this is the NFL.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who lost the game.
Yeah.
All that matters is who got the win.
Who got the win?
And
The Bills got the win.
it would have been interesting 4 teams in the same division losing, and everybody tied for first place with a losing record.
Yeah.
But
The Jets do play the Bills this week coming up.
agreed. And we're going to speak of a set of losers here, guys.
Okay. Is it Winston talk about New York Jets?
No, not at all. I'm actually going to segue into college football for a minute. But I'm going to be very specific. This isn't one game. This isn't, this is a general comp.
Okay. Uh-huh.
In the land of NIL money, in the land of college football playoffs, especially with talking expansion year after year, we need more teams in the playoffs.
Yes.
Why are these irrelevant games still happening? University of Miami versus Bethune-Cookman.
Well, they've been scheduling them for how many years now?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I get tradition.
And all the money that goes into, but they need the money. So Miami is kind of it's like a charity investment.
Yeah, and I know. Look, I'm wearing an
NXT hat and all the things, man. But all the big boys do, they have that. After having that Notre Dame Miami game, they could have scheduled maybe a mid-range, not just between Q right after. Come on, that's like.
I go to Norfolk here and to watch that. Next week you're gonna go here. Yeah, but I go to the Bethune-Cookman game to watch the band. Yeah, somebody might go to like Stanford when Stanford comes. They have the best band in the nation.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'd rather go see the bands than some of these teams coming. And then the one time the games are televised, it's these. Right. And when I need the game to be televised easily, it's not.
Right.
For those of us who have cut the cord, this is getting.
It's like jumping through hoops to find that Miami game.
But I'm sitting in Disney World. I'm sitting there. Nobody was caring, except for one thing. When the FSU Notre Dame or the University of Miami Notre Dame game started, everybody was looking for a TV. Everybody was looking for a place to be. Because that makes sense. When you talk about games that happen, that's one of the things that shows schools,
they go back and forth.
And I know Miami playing Bethune-Cookman, BCC. I believe in nothing against Bethune-Cookman. Awesome school. Really, truly incredible school, top to bottom. What they do with the limited resources they have. And I understand a game like this helps them.
How's financially insanely financially.
So why can't college football figure this out? And actually take some of these lesser teams and actually put them in a division. They should, because that division money trickles down, that division exposure trickles down. And and this is my hot take. Despite the NIL money became the perfect distraction from the NCAA and the real problem that they have. And it's a problem that all leagues have. You have the top percent that makes money, and you have a top percent who need money. And this is a perfect place where that could be solved with division money. Playoff eligibility, bowl game eligibility. Because I'll tell you what, FAU became a big, serious football program the second they got a bowl game.
Yeah.
And how did they get one? They built their own stadium and made it happen. That's a school with limited resources.
Why can't the U have their own stadium? Well, that's for another conversation.
Oh, that's Coral Gables. They're not even allowed to have sorority.
So, staying on the NCAA, Miami beat Notre Dame.
Yep.
They beat Duke. And who do we have next week?
University of South Florida, is it?
Yes. Who did they beat last week?
Yeah, the Gators are not a very good team.
No, the Gators are not a good team.
It's the same thing that happened. Was it last year when the Gators thought that they had the best team and Miami went in there just...
No, that was FSU. FSU thought they had the best team, and then they fell off.
Miami didn't beat UF.
Congrats to FSU. We're climbing the ladder and taking Alabama down. That's a huge win for their program.
No, they needed that.
But Alabama's not out.
But still Alabama.
They're right. But you're realizing what you had was Nick Saban. And well, now it's that's the Bill Belichick to the Patriots, the Don Shula, the Dolphins. That ain't the
Bill Belichick didn't put out a plethora of coaches that were successful either.
Speaking of Bill Belichick, he got someone bad.
We're not going to talk about Bill Belichick that way. Do you know why we're not going to talk about Bill Belichick that way?
This is natural.
Because I don't need those Patriot fans coming down with their hammer.
We have no room to talk.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm going to close football out with something that we've talked about on other episodes and other shows we have, and some other things that are going on. One of the things